Hello everyone, welcome back to Edwards Trades. Today I'm going to be talking about the general broad market as well as a prediction outlook for this week. This week is a very important week because we have CPI data coming in, which I'll briefly talk about later in this video. But yeah, a lot has happened since last week, and I want to give a general broad guideline of what has taken place. So we're looking at the we're looking at the Nasdaq 100, and as you can see here from bar to bar ratio, we have been trading in this sideways range for about since I guess the end of June. So we really have been trading sideways. Again, we're still under this. Let me put my drawings here. We're still in an overall downtrend here, and nothing has changed for the most part. There was some news that came out just last week or prior a few days ago about employment and as well as what the Feds are going to do with interest rates. So for those of you guys who don't watch the news or who haven't kept up, basically we kind of rallied. If I go to the daily time frame here, so since last week, go ahead and get rid of this real quick. Actually, do this. So we formed a double bottom. If we go to the 4-hour time frame for the Nasdaq 100, again, this is for all tech sectors. We actually formed a double bottom here, and we were able to recapture. We're still in an overall sideways trend here, but we did form a double bottom. We have one bottom here and the other bottom here. And we were able to rally for since we ended up rallying for the start of July. So as you can see here, we have a George W formation. So if I were to draw it out here, let me go ahead and get rid of this. Oh, whoops, excuse me. I can't really see here. Hold up. Sorry about that. Okay, so as like I said here, we formed a George W formation. So if I want to draw it out here, we basically have, one bottom, we have two. I really don't like this drawing, excuse me. We have one bottom here, we have another bottom here. We have a George W formation and we're waiting for a possible breakout. So that's kind of what started in last week's trading session. Due to a good economic news, employment is getting a little employment data. There's more people in the job market. It's kind of slightly improved, but it hasn't been like the greatest. But there is some small improvement, which is why we kind of rallied since the start of July to now. So yeah, like I said, in a daily perspective, we're still in an overall downtrend, and we're basically I would say that we kind of are respecting this sort of trend line here. So we're waiting for a possible breakout. We do have a double top, so if we're able to break this 1160 line here, we could see some type of bullish momentum. But like I said, for the most part, we are still in a downtrend, right? The overall bigger picture is that we're still in a overall downtrend here from the weekly perspective, right? So those of you guys thinking, oh, maybe the Nasdaq's ready to turn around or we're going to a bullish market, but not just yet because, like I said, the bigger picture is that we're still in a downtrend. If we were to see some more upside potential, and let's say the market wants to reverse and the tech sector wants to be bullish, we would need to form some form of higher high prior from this high. We need to form another higher high. So we need to form a higher high, and then we would need to form a higher low, and that would definitely confirm, and also a break of this trend overall downwards trend line to confirm bullish momentum. But like I said, for the most part, I don't think that's possible. Like I said, we just formed a double bottom. We're rejecting this 1160 area here, and it's been resistance. We have one touch, two. We're waiting for that overall break. But like I said, if we can get over this section, then I guess you can and form a higher high and a higher low. We could possibly be in the short term bullish. But yeah, so that's basically what's been going on. And this week, or moving on to this week, really, I want to put a lot of emphasis. We do have CPI data coming out this Wednesday. For those of you guys who don't know what CPI data is, it's basically going to be it's a monthly report about inflation data. Just to briefly put, it's going to go over how inflation is doing. Is it being handled, or is it slowing down? Is it easing? All that good stuff. So for this week, I definitely suggest you guys look that out. The report should be this Wednesday around 8:30, and that can ultimately determine where the market's going to go. So if inflation does show sign of easing, we could see a possible rally, fill this gap, and maybe, like I said, form that higher high above this resistance. If we can get above this level, break, retest, and continue forward. And if inflation is still persisting, we could see a breakdown and make new lower lows. And yeah, So yeah, that's the market outlook for this week. I guess for I wanted to keep it super brief and simple. So oh, and also so they kept interest rates about 0.75%. The the uh, the Feds did, Jerome Powell. So because of that reason, the market, like I said, we formed a double bottom. Market rally a little bit from here. We had I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of green. This is a daily perspective, and today we closed red. And yeah, so that's pretty much the general broad market for the Nasdaq. Like I said, CPI data this Wednesday, so I highly suggest you guys take a look at it. That can determine the overall direction whether or not we move up or we move down. So yeah, so I'm gonna take a look at Apple, go over a few stocks if you guys want to do that as well. So again, same reasoning here. We do have well, actually do that. Let's go over the QQQs as well. I think I should go over QQQs and SPY really quickly. So the QQQs, kind of general same thing. It's a lot bigger picture here. We have a double bottom here, a George W, right? Because this looks like a W. This led to, since July 1st, the overall breakout to the upside. We tested prior resistance, which was 1276, turned it into support. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. Fifth touch went go. I guess you can say we're kind of forming some form of bull flag, but we are respecting this channel here. We have a downward channel here. It's hit this resistance, or excuse me, yeah. So we hit this prior resistance, higher high or lower high, lower low. So again, we could be seeing some sort of bearish channel or bearish rectangle. So I'm expecting this to come down, break, retest here, bounce here, and then possible fall over. So yeah, that would be my outlook for this week. Yeah, this is a QQQ again. Just like the Nasdaq, we're still in an overall downward trend. We did break out of this temporary trend or downward trend line here. So we just broken out again. We need to get over this this resistance level. Let me go ahead and make this white of around 303. If we're able to get above that, then I guess you can say again, just like the Nasdaq, we need to have a higher high up here and then form a higher low here in order to confirm a bullish trend and then break the overall trend line. If we take a look at SPY, let's take a look at SPY real quick. The S&P 500, same thing. I know I'm sounding like a beating the dead horse, but yeah, same thing. Downward trend. We need to form some sort of higher high, higher low situation in order to get out of this downward trend. It's kind of same thing like as the SPY and the Nasdaq. We are forming again, but we are unable to capture this resistance and turn it into support. We've been rejecting it. We rejected it once, we rejected it twice. So yeah, same thing. Like I said, I don't think CPI data will determine the overall outlook of the market. Again, if inflation data ends up being good, we could see a bullish move to the upside. But yeah, I'll go more in depth with that tomorrow. I'll make another video about it just to see where the overall stock direction will go. So once again, SPY, SP 500, same thing, rejected, respecting this trend line for the most part. So yeah, we'll see where this goes Wednesday. And then I'll throw in just super quickly the Apple tech analysis, and we'll also go over AMD, and I'll also do maybe Tesla and Nvidia. Yeah, so like I said, same thing here. Let me go ahead and get rid of this real quick. We're still in a downward trend. We did rally again, double bottom formation. This allowed us to recapture, since again here, if we zoom out here, double bottom formation, George W here. We managed to retest here. Let me go ahead and make a white line here. Give me 1 second. We were able to turn this into support. We had two resistance, and then we tagged here, and again we done it before here. Resistance. We turned it to support, double bottom confirmation, and yeah, so now we close. So Apple closed. Apple today was, we go to the 5-minute time frame. Yeah, so this was Apple today. We weren't able, so yesterday's, I would say Friday's trading session, this was Friday, we weren't able to hold. We were expecting this trend line We weren't able to hold above 146, so we managed to fall over, cause a gap down. Bulls were able to, and we fell all the way to 143. Um, I think this is support here. Yeah, 143 is support here. If we go to the 1 hour time frame, 143 right here. Oops, I could probably make this a little higher. Yeah, 143 support or support. But yeah, so basically we're kind of in this sideways channel here. We're like I said, we could see sideways movement for Tuesday's trading session just because of the fact that we are going to be waiting for the CPI data. But again, respecting these trend lines, we have one touch here, two, three. General picture is that we're still in a downward trend line, and yeah, we're just gonna wait and see whether or not the CPI data will move the overall market. So I'm gonna go over AMD, and then I guess I'll throw in Tesla there just for today. So yeah, we did have a bear flag situation here. So one touch features three, fall over here, spillover, and kind of the same thing. We're in this downward channel. We kind of were sideways today for AMD. We did reject 80 twice, which caused a gap down in the market. So this was Friday's trading session. And then we rejected 80 twice. So those of you guys who had puts, good job. You held. We had a gap down, dropped all the way to 75. Try to recapture I believe $78. Try to fill the gap, failed, and we possibly have us fall over. So again, the market is just waiting to see what the CPI data will look like. But to me, this looks like a George W formation. So in other words, we do have a W here, and we could see if the market is bullish, we could see some type of W formation and breakout, a double bottom, you would say, just like Apple. We need to break 80 and turn that into support in order to continue to move on and go bullish in the short term. And then we'll take a look at Tesla real quick. Yeah, again, kind of the same thing. The only difference with Tesla is that Tesla is kind of in this sideways consolidation. One could say that this is definitely a bear flag situation here. You have one touch, two, or you have the ABC pattern. We're kind of in this sideways channel here. We've been stuck like that since I guess around May. We're unable to capture 759 as support, and we just kind of been in this sideways channel. So not a lot of action here for Tesla. It's just been trading sideways, neutral, not really moving too much, not really going anywhere. Let me go ahead and move up here. See, just sideways trading, right? So yeah, if Tesla wants to be bullish, and we would have to break 760. We have resistance, 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 resistance. If we're able to recapture Tesla, turn it into support. So let's say we break out, do a little bit of consolidation, and move up. Then I could say for the short term we're bullish. But yeah, Tesla overall sideways trading. Sideways, not really going anywhere. I could assume that this is possibly a bear flag situation here. We have if we go to the daily time frame here, we have one touch, we have two, three, four. We could expect another follower, and also we had a a failed double bottom. We weren't able to break 760, so this is why it led to a sell off today. So yeah, and then we'll take a look at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin. Do a little bit of Bitcoin here. This is not Bitcoin. COIN. There you go. So yeah, kind of the same thing. Sideways trading. Again, general broad market is that we're still in a downtrend. Again, a bear flag situation here, so we could see some more downward pressure with we could see some more downward momentum with Bitcoin. Like I said, I don't know, in my first video, I did say that the next resist or support level will be around 12,000 here. And yeah, we're kind of in the sideways channel. We've been sideways for about the beginning of June or the end of June, 625 here on a weekly perspective. So yeah, not a lot of action here. Again, everybody's just waiting for the CPI data. So yeah, I do think that we can even draw a trend line here. Oh, there we go. we were to draw a temporary trend line here, it's just been, rejecting these levels here, just like this. So one, reject, 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 again, downward pressure. So we could tag here one more time, which would be right around, I would say, 21,000, and just possibly fall over a little bit more. So yeah, Bitcoin, again, still downward pressure. Not a lot of change, sideways channel. And then we'll take a look at Ethereum. And yeah, that's pretty much the overall broad market. And like I said, a lot has happened. Same thing, just like Bitcoin, sideways movement, not a lot of action here. We do have this gap here, right around 872. We could possibly come down a little more, fill this gap, and probably cause more selling pressure to consist, and we might end up at $500 for Ethereum, or yeah, right around 500 here, if we were to fill this gap here. So yeah, maybe not, maybe, or 700, excuse me, not 500, or right around like 800 ish. So yeah, so that is the broad market outlook for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and just be aware, or just a quick refresher, CPI data comes out this Wednesday. It talks about inflation, and that can change the overall market direction. If we want to see, the market wants to see that inflation is slowing down, and that would possibly cause a change. You remember, like on a weekly perspective, this is the Nasdaq 100. We've just been sideways trading. We haven't been able to recapture 1169 as support. So again, if you want to see a bullish movement, we have to see either good news from this meeting, or if it's CPI, or if inflation hasn't toned down, we could be seeing some more selling pressure. But yeah, we'll see how tomorrow, Tuesday, which would be the 12th. I'll do a quick rundown video, a recap of the day's trading session as we wait for CPI data. But this is the market outlook for this week. So yeah, we'll be seeing what they'll say Wednesday. It's at 8:30 in the morning for those of you guys who want to check it out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for staying and tuning in. Please subscribe. Make comments. I really want to go over other stocks you guys want me to look at. So yeah, hope you guys have a good trading session this week, and have a good night.